Hey guys, welcome back to Mulberry Ranch Farm. And it's official, we're in quarantine. We're okay, we're fine. It's just Mark did come up with a positive test for COVID. He's been coughing, not feeling that great. He's had a fever for a few days. But other than that, the rest of us are fine. I feel sluggish and tired, but we're good. And I think that's probably about the only thing that I don't like about a homestead, is when you're feeling sick or your partner's feeling sick, things don't stop. Animals still have to be fed, regardless if we feel good enough to do it or not. It's always pretty important to make sure you're picking up your baling twine. Not to mention, like, for us as beekeepers, we can use this as smoking fuel for our smoker to keep our beehives calm while we're doing our inspections. Or it works for everything around the farm. We really do try to use everything here to serve a purpose somewhere else before we discard it as compost or burning material. We do burn-offs for our garden. Here in about a month we'll probably do a burn-off, but we do burn a lot of our straw and our hay, mostly this stuff here because it's not mixed in with manure, so when it burns it doesn't smoke or make that terrible smell that you may smell if you live in an agricultural community. You know that smell I'm talking about too. It is dank. So I'm probably going to take all of this extra hay that's been on the ground, just mostly for me either taking hay to the goats or dropping it from our loft. There's a lot of waste that can come from that. And I don't ever feel good on our homestead knowing that there's active waste that can be used for other things and the hay can be used for other things. So I'll be giving some of it to our ducks to scrounge through, make nests in, cozy in, whatever they so choose. I'll also be giving it as nesting materials for our chickens because they're actually starting to lay again. And even the dirt and the dust that comes from the barn, from it being on the ground, for the chickens can also serve as grit for their gizzards to help them actually digest a lot of the foods that they eat. If none of you knew, that's why grit is really important in a chicken's diet. It goes in its gizzard and is actually what grinds up what they eat because they don't have teeth. So they basically peck and swallow things whole. We're really enjoying our Muscovy ducks. They have a ton of personality and I've learned a whole lot from them based off of some of our viewers, just going on and finding forums and people that own Muscovy ducks and talking to them a lot about what they like and what they don't like about Muscovy ducks. And so far, like, we love them. We think they're awesome. I have found because of the small area that they're in and because they're not grazing, they're muddying this up, but that's okay. Quite honestly, this is my kidding side of the barn. And I noticed that the dirt was like real jaggedy sometimes and like where their big old fat feet have just slapped the ground over and over and they've wetted it here in these warmer temperatures. They're actually like leveling my ground, which is great. I didn't really expect them to do that, but. So you guys like my new additions to the barn? I ended up painting that on Christmas break and I painted this for my barn. I'll try to get it out for you guys to see. Just because you guys know me about goats, but you don't know about like what I like to do in my free time, really. Free time, right? Like, what is that? So this, you guys can see, I painted that in the summertime and I need to figure out where I want to put this. I want to put it somewhere like pretty noticeable and I've sealed it so it's weather safe. So I think I'm probably going to put it out front somewhere. I'd probably make like a little sign for it, like right outside of the tack room. But I don't know, like I've been wanting to kind of decorate some of the spaces around the barn rather than just it being like plain. Because I'm not plain, my personality is not plain. Nothing about our family or anything that we do here is plain. So I kind of want it to reflect that. But yeah, why don't you guys drop in the comments down below something you might like to see painted, because I think I might, especially since we're in quarantine, like the next 2 weeks, are you okay?
Yeah, tell them to make a fan choice.
Make a fan choice. See, she's carrying water. Are you getting that for the duckies?
Yeah.
All right.
Can you open the gate?
I'll open the gate for you. See, she's doing such a good job helping. Being such a good helper.
I'm wearing my sleep pajamas.
Yeah, she's in her pajamas, but
it's cold
I mean,
out.
what farm girl does not do farm chores in their pajamas? Whoa! Don't put it in that one. Put it in this little white tub. That's where they drink and stuff. I don't really want to encourage them in there. Oh man, you got them all worked up. They're hissing and huffing.
Okay. So I'm scared now.
Go ahead and just dump it in there. Good job.
I did this a lot yesterday.
Yeah, she's done this a lot the last couple of days to help us out. Come on out of there.
I'm buying the big, with Dilly and the little dwarfs.
Yeah, Dilly and the Dwarfs. Sounds like Snow White and the 7 Dwarfs, but it's like Dilly and the 13 Dwarfs. So, Joe's been trying to help us out a whole lot. Oh, and I don't know if you guys heard the Muscovies in there, but you heard a lot of hissing and huffing. Males, only males make the hiss and the huff, and then the females make like a trilling and a cooing noise. The more you know. But back to my prior thought, I'm probably going to be doing some lives of painting and stuff like that, or just doing crafts, just to kind of get some one-on-one time with you guys. I mean, while I've got free time and I'm home, I would like to spend it with some people, even if I can't be with them directly, which is you guys. So put down in the comments below something you might like to see me paint. I don't paint people. People faces are hard. If I get the bridge of a nose wrong or the placement of the chin in correlation with the eyes, it no longer looks like that person. If I move the nose on the goat a little bit, or if it's proportional a bit differently, it still looks like a goat. And hello, chicken. Hi, Diablo. Hi, Diablo. You look perturbed. Go ahead, Jingo. There's Diablo's son. I don't know what to name him. I'd like to name him. Move, girls. Move, girls. What are you guys doing? What are you guys doing out here? So, I'm always getting interrupted here. Since Mark did test positive for COVID, I'm kind of soloing a lot of this. Usually they help me a lot, and Josie's been great. Josie's been coming out here and doing a whole lot, and I've been coming out here and doing some things, and Mark's even tried to, but with him, I've just been telling him to kind of stay inside and rest, and I've been pretty asymptomatic. I haven't had a test yet because I'm not showing symptoms, and the people at the urgent care where Mark got his test said, don't worry about it unless you start showing symptoms, and the HR rep where I work also said the same thing, but I shouldn't be getting this winded, so I'm not feeling the best, but I don't know. Odds are if he's got it, I've probably got it, so I may have to go get a test. You getting nervous, honey? It's okay, I'll get your food. You want food? Bach once for yes. Okay. Somebody wants food. Okay, let me get my cart. Let me get some food down here to these lovely birds. impromptu, guys. Kind of been blindsided. So with us going into quarantine, it is like, I don't know, like we had the whole lockdown when we first started back in March and everybody got sent home, but I've been back working in the office since September. So September, October, November, September to October to November to December, January. So I've been back to work for almost 4 months. So I've been back to work for a third of a year. And I think you don't realize how much you can appreciate a routine. And while I'm not feeling terrible, like just being out here and moving around with the fatigue that I'm dealing with at the moment, even though like I haven't gotten tested, Mark has a positive test. So, I mean, they're like, it's pretty safe to assume because you're in the same household and you've been in close contact with him that you probably have it, but I am feeling it with the fatigue that I've been feeling. And I'm pretty sure I'm going to end up probably going and getting a test tomorrow because I'm not feeling well today. He tested positive on Monday. It's now Wednesday, and I'm starting to feel fatigued and not feeling all that hot. So while that's probably, I mean, I would assume that I have it just because we're in close contact at home. I would like to get a test just to make sure, just to see, and so that I can adequately quarantine and keep it from getting to anybody. So Joe, don't kick that.
It's a dead mole.
It's a dead mole and she's kicking it with her foot. Don't touch it, okay?
Sorry.
Jeez.
Give me that.
Oh, the joy of kids on a homestead.
Curious.
Curious children, yes. Seems like she's out here right now playing with the dogs, and I'm over here struggling just to get feed from one place to the other. But I think it brings a really good thought to mind, too, about the efficiency of which you set your homestead up. And one thing I will take away already is, like, I'm really happy with the way we set up our homestead. I don't think, a lot of us think, like, on those days where we're sick or we're pressed for time, like, have we really set up things to be as efficient and sustainable as we can? And right now with like where my hay's located, with my goat pens, the duck pen, the chicken pen, where everything's at and how it all kind of corresponds, it could all be closer together, but really we've set it up pretty efficiently where we can do things in a specific amount of time. Though I will say, when you're sick or when you're doing something where you're not used to doing it solo, even though like there are some things that are my thing and Mark has his things and we all kind of team up and get things done, but like when one of us is sick or not feeling well, it really sucks, you know? I mean, that's really when, and I will say, like, when we first set things up, we don't really think about what's going to happen if someone's sick or can't get out there to help us. Like, how are we going to run our homesteads or our hobby farms or our farmsteads or whatever you want to call whatever it is you're doing at home for self-sufficiency. I think it's really important to try to make everything as efficient as we can, whether it's infrastructure placement, where we place fences, whether we make them portable fences, if we're rotating daily, what it is that we're actually doing. How far is your chicken coop from the driveway where you're going to park to take feed out? All that kind of comes into play when you're not feeling well or you're down a team member. Make sure you drop in the comments below something you might like to see me paint, or I've got a new wood burner that I'm wanting to try out. Well, I probably won't be any good, but I want to do a couple of impromptu, like during the day lives, just because I've got free time. I can't be around like my coworkers or direct family, so I'd like to spend it virtually with you guys. Go ahead and put in the comments below what you'd like to see me paint, wood burn, whatever. Just know that I do not paint people.
I want you to draw me like one of your French girls.
And I'm just not down for that kind of personal torture. All right, guys, I know this one's been a little bit different, but I wanted to let everybody know what's going on with us. So our posting schedule might be a little irregular depending on how we're feeling. So I just wanted to give you guys a heads up on that. What you guys can expect to see in the next couple of episodes, we are going to be doing a seed haul. I'm going to show you how we organize our seeds, how we plant our gardens. I am going to be working on our duck pen here soon. There's just a lot going on. Blood testing for our biosecurity panel along with pregnancies. And I'm hoping that that fabled nutrition video for goats will be produced, edited, and up for your viewing pleasure. It just seems like that's something that's pretty polarizing with people, so I'm trying to make sure I get enough information so I can talk as educated about it as I can. If you're new here, thank you so much for spending your time here on Mulberry Ranch Farm with us. If you found yourself liking the video, please let us know by dropping us a like, leaving us a comment, and subscribing. But if you subscribe, make sure you hit the notification bell. But I'm going to catch you guys in the next one. Make sure you're staying healthy and being kind to one another out there. Bye.